Hey guys, this is your week 6, day 2 workout. For day 2, we're going to start in a high plank position or push-up position. Once you're here, you're going to get really nice, secure plank position. So you're going to squeeze your glutes and press your chest away from the ground. And then we're going to do shoulder taps with your goal of not letting your hips move at all. You're going to do 5 per side. If you aren't feeling your abs and your glutes engaging in this, I'm guessing it's because your hips are moving around. It might not be a bad idea for you to just set up a little video and watch what's happening at your hips, because you want to minimize that movement as much as possible. One way to make it a little bit easier to control your hips is to have your feet wider. But if you feel like that's pretty easy, you can start to inch them in. 5 per side for that exercise. Next, we have half kneeling windmill with a weight. So if you've never done this before, you don't have to do it with the weight. If you have done it, you're going to hold it in the same side that your leg is up. So I've got it in my left hand, my left leg is up here, pressing that overhead, and I'm just going to do windmills like this. One hand to the ground, and then come on back up. So that's 1 rep where I touch the ground, I'm looking at my hand, and then I'm coming back up. If that's too easy for you, you've done this a number of times, you can start to do it where you grab onto your ankle and pull your hip down, but I recommend you don't do that until you've mastered the first one that I showed you, okay? The third exercise, and this one is a glute bridge march, which we've done before, but this time I'm going to encourage you to use the dropping of one leg to help pop the other one up. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm in a glute bridge right now, and this is what a regular march looks like, nice and soft. Today, instead of just dropping my left foot on the ground and picking up my other one, I'm gonna pop it up. So when my right foot hits the ground, it's a stimulus for my left foot to come up. My right foot drives. We're gonna do 5 per side of that. So that's your mobility circuit. Pause the video here. You have 2 times of each of those, 5 per side for each exercise. Our next exercise is going to be marching forwards, backwards, and sideways. You're going to do 5 marches each way per side. So that's 10 forward, 10 backwards, and then 10 to my left, and 10 to my right. All right, from here, we're going to do walking lunges. So a walking lunge is a forward lunge, and then you stand up from there and continue. Rather than doing a forward lunge and coming back, we're doing forward lunge, stand up, forward lunge, continuously going forward. If you run in a room, just simply turn around. You have 8 of those per side. And your third exercise in this is forward skipping. We'll do, what did I put? 6 per side. Okay, so that'll be a total of 12. That is your second warm-up circuit, your dynamic warm-up. You're going to do each of those exercises 2 times, so pause the video. And you can come back for your power circuit. The first exercise in your power circuit is single leg hops, small hops in a square. So I'm going to start on my left foot. I'm going to hop forward, stick my landing. I'm a statue here. Then I'm going to hop to my right, stick my landing. I'm a statue, back, and then to where I began. I'll do the same thing on my right foot. 1 forward, to my left, backwards, and to my right. And then start again on my left foot, and I'll make my circle, or my square I should say, the other way. Now if you wanted, you could also do all 8 hops in a row. Don't do what I just did. Try to control your momentum and be a statue between each rep before you move on to the next jump. Second exercise is going to be the split squat hold. You're going to start in half kneeling. You're going to press through your front foot and hold up. your knee is going to be half an inch off the ground here, maybe a full inch, that's fine too. Hold for 10 seconds and then switch sides. Your third exercise in this video, or this circuit, is the single leg broad jump to 2-foot landing. So I'm going to jump from my left foot and land on 2 feet. I'm going to do 5 of those on each side. The first exercise in your strength circuit is going to be a reverse lunge. This time we're going to use a slider. So I'm on carpet floor, so I've got what's called a Val slide. I've got like a slippery surface on the back. You could also use a paper plate if you have carpet floor. If you have wood floor though, you could use a towel or a paper plate. So I'm going to set up, if I'm doing reverse lunges from my left leg, I'm going to have the slider underneath my right foot, and then I'm just going to slide back into a reverse lunge and then push through my front foot to come to standing. It's a push from my front foot, not a pull from my back leg, okay? And I'm going to do 5 per side of those. Your second exercise is a pike push-up. So a pike push-up, you're going to get into down dog, and then from here, make sure before you start you get your shoulders locked away from your ears. You're going to drop your head down towards the ground. So this is kind of like overhead pressing. And you have to do 6 per side of that one. Your third exercise is called a hollow hold. So you're going to make yourself a banana. Your lower back is on the ground, your shoulders are off the ground, maybe your butt's touching the ground a little bit, and you're going to hold like this. Make sure your lower back stays on the ground the whole 30 seconds. So that was your strength circuit. Your last one is conditioning circuit. It's going to start the same as last week, but we're going to add 1 exercise at the end. So you're going to do 50 jumping jacks. You have 3 sets of your 50 jumping jacks. So that means you're going to start and finish on jumping jacks. Your second exercise is a reverse bear crawl. So we're starting on all 4s, pressing your knees up, and then opposite foot with opposite hand, trying to control your hips to not let them move. And then your third exercise in this circuit is the squat hold. So I'm going to start with my feet about shoulder width apart, maybe wider. My priority is to keep my heels on the ground. So that's what I need. I'm going to get my butt down to hip, my knee level, and I'm just going to hold here for 30 seconds. So in that conditioning circuit, you have jumping jacks 3 times, and you have the bear crawl and the squat only twice. So I'll go jumping jacks. On the second set, I'll go jumping jacks, bear crawl, squat hold, and then do 1 extra jumping jack. It'll be my last thing of the day. Okay, there you go. Enjoy.